wild, manic US election roller coaster ride is almost over, with just over 30 hours to go until the polls open 6 a.m. Tuesday. Though approximately one-third of voters have already voted early, so the campaigns on the final day will be busy blitzkrieging those swing states that have not had early voting, which means Pensylvania, New Hampshire and Michigan, and of course Florida, are all set to be bombarded with more campaign visits Monday. Hillary's national polls lead continues to extend to now stand at an average of plus 1.8% against plus 1.7% yesterday and plus 1.6% the day before. So Trump's FBI emails poll surge is slowly evaporating, especially given the FBI statements of a few hours ago clearing Hillary Clinton of criminal wrongdoing to much fury from the Republicans. However, the national polls don't accurately represent the real election battle which is taking place amongst some 9 BrExit swing states, totaling 108 electoral college votes. Presently, based on a minimum 4% polls advantage, the electoral college map breaks down into a tally for Hillary Clinton of 239 votes, thus requiring just 31 to win, whilst Donald Trump, based on the state polls, has 191 electoral votes in the bag, though still requiring a sizable 79 to win. So it's no wonder that the political pundits are still heavily skewing their forecast projections strongly in Hillary's favour, as illustrated by Nate Silver's site that currently states that Hillary has a 66% chance of winning the election, as Trump needs to win a massive 79 votes out of the available 108, whilst Hillary's target is just a mere 31. So if one went by just the polls, then yes, Hillary looks like she has won. For Trump has to win at least 3 of the biggest swing states, i.e. Florida, Pennsylvania and Ohio, for 67 votes, which will still not be enough to win, then requiring either North Carolina or a couple of the smaller states. So I can well understand why Hillary is by far the favourite to win. However, what the pollsters are missing is what I termed as the BrExit factor, that allows for a 3 to 4% swing against the opinion polls in the actual election result, as a consequence of the Donald Trump being America's first anti-establishment candidate in perhaps the past 40 years, who I expect to capitalise on the BrExit factor that shocked the British establishment back in June 2016 due to the fact that the pollsters, political pundits and the betting markets all got the result very badly wrong. So instead of Remain winning by 4% as had been the expectation right into the close of the polls, Remain actually lost by 4%. That's the BrExit factor. One of the British people raging against the establishment elite, the bankster crime syndicate, and giving them a very bloody nose. So is the case for this US presidential election, when Americans have an opportunity to give the America's banking crime syndicate that owns most politicians a bloody nose. So my forecast as of 26 September concluded that Trump would win as a consequence of the BrExit factor 3 to 4% swing. And my most recent update of 2nd November 2016 confirmed expectation that Trump would still win. Therefore, whilst the 3 to 4% BrExit swing is unlikely to make much difference to those states standing on a plus 4% or greater polls lead for Hillary Clinton, nevertheless implies that the 9 swing states listed are BrExit swing states that could go for Trump, including the important state of Florida, which Trump has to win the election. Therefore, when one factors in the BrExit factor, then Trump currently has a greater probability of winning this election than Hillary Clinton, which is set against the so-called analysts, virtually all of whom, on the basis of opinion polls alone, put Hillary firmly ahead. And as for the betting markets, well, they have literally crashed for Trump to 6 again from a peak of 3.45 just a few days ago. What this means is if one placed a £100 bet on Trump today, then if he won, that would result in a profit of £500 plus one stake, whilst a £100 bet on Hillary would yield a profit of just £20 if she won, which illustrates that the betting markets are strongly discounting a Hillary Clinton win, which if it does not happen would represent a huge shock result. The bottom line is that the election race is far tighter than the opinion polls suggest, and definitely the betting markets, so Trump can still win this election, as BrExit implies the polls are out by between 3 to 4%, which is just enough for Trump to win most of the 9 BrExit swing states and the election. But on the other hand, the Latinos are voting like never before. In fact, they're doing their own mini BrExit against Trump, which suggests a lower overall BrExit factor. This definitely is turning out to be a tough election to call, much tougher than BrExit was. However, the bets have all been placed, so it's a case of let's see what happens. Ensure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel for more analysis and forecasts as we count down to the result of the 2016 US presidential election.